All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you. This is Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. Since we're talking about ancestor readings, I'm feeling like there is some kind of karmic connection here. Been having a lot of that show up this morning. All right, so let's see where we go. Feel free to swap around any energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher. These are usually more philosophical readings or guidance readings rather than relationship readings, but not always the case. Let's see where we go here for you. Not always the case. So Leo, grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Grounding, go deep to explore your roots. Miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge. End of reading. I love that. I love that card. There's definitely a sense here of knowing how to be grateful. I mean, the grounding, exploring your roots. There is something here of Leo being called to do more connecting to you, to the ancestors being called to connect more to you. I definitely feel that coming through. And there's a sense of like whatever comes through, super grateful for it. Like that's the energy that is being asked right now, is to like be so grateful for what is going on right now. Some of you may have some difficult things going on, but I think I'm talking to those of you who are experiencing some challenges in one part of your life, but another part of your life is really good. So you may have a good relationship, but boy, money is tough right now, or the other way around. Okay. Some of you may have really good friends, but you're concerned about your career. Like whatever part of your life is really good, celebrate that, be grateful for it. And that's going to help the other part. King of Swords underneath, the Five of Swords, the Page of Cups. Oh, look at this. The Magician and the Star. Beautiful energy here. Okay. Excuse me. You could be dealing with an Aquarian, a Gemini, or a Virgo. And I feel like you're very good at seeing negativity, but not so good at seeing gifts. Okay, this is for some of you. This isn't for all of you. I feel like that's being healed. If you're really good at only, at only kind of, at only embracing the negative, or I don't want to say it that way. If you're really good at being like, okay, I don't want that. I'm scared of that. I don't like that. It's a louder vibration than your positive vibe. It's something to watch out for. Okay. So the Chariot, the Six of Wands, the Sun, Lovers, and the Knight of Wands. Wow. Okay. So yeah. Similar experience here. I'm getting like a full steam ahead with a relationship. And, this is actually, it's funny that I said that about, it may not be about a relationship, but it does feel like what's going on underneath is the fears that you have around attracting, someone who's not a good partner for a relationship is actually attracting someone who's not a good partner for a relationship. Like the fear is way louder than your positive vibe. So I almost feel like being grateful for the fact that this person shows up as like a lesson, like a signpost, like hey, you got to pay attention to this because you think you're manifesting from a positive place and you're not. So that's one thing that's going on. And I feel like that's getting healed. I also feel like the true person or the true path comes in whispers. It's not coming in loud billboards or anything like that. It's not coming through too loudly to you, which is why I'm not saying that you're ignoring it exactly. I just feel like other stuff is so much louder and like, in a cul-de-sac of 9 houses, if one of them is on fire, the fire department puts the water on the house that's on fire, not on every single house. So if other houses are not really producing anything, but they're not irritating you, then you're not paying attention to them, but you're paying attention to the one that's on fire. And it's undermining your ability to be happy. It's a negative bias, right? It's like always looking for the problem. And it's so un-Leo. It's so un-Leo. And so your card is right here in the opportunities. And it's kind of like being super grateful for who you are and what you have already. Filling your life with gratitude is the thing that is going to shift. Definitely is going to shift stuff. Going to give you some new choices. So let me ask about the Six of Wands here, because this is two like victory cards, the Sun, the Lovers, and then this is the Knight of Wands. Like, what happened here? What happened here? Why is it the Knight of Wands? Worry, Nine of Swords, High Priestess, the Emperor, and the Four of Cups. Okay, so a couple things. I feel like there's some issues around parental figures, mother or father. I think primarily father. Hate the term daddy issues. I hate it. But I think that there's a sense of feeling not protected, or feeling not helped, or feeling like a small child in a big world, right? Like not feeling like you can protect yourself or that you can help yourself. You also may have had a father who was very kind of dictatorial or authoritarian kind of father who was very cold. This is Aquarian energy over here. And kind of like pushed you in the direction of doing things that are good for other people, like tapping into the collective, doing work that is very focused on the collective, which is all awesome. But it's almost like to the detriment of your own happiness. Like you're not allowed to pay attention to yourself. This is what happens when kids are told they're selfish for focusing on themselves. Because guess what? Kids, the job of kid is to be selfish. The job of a kid is to focus on themselves as they grow. I mean, they're growing, their bodies are changing, they're learning about life. They have to be focused on that. And any parental admonishment for that is having a negative impact. So you may be attracting people who are either the same as this, someone who's very critical, or the opposite, or the exact opposite, someone who is, you're not being critical at all of them, or they're not being critical of you, or there's some kind of like friends with benefits feeling here to me. That's like there's no boundaries, there's no agreements. It's just like, I just want to be free, and there's a kind of an opposite George feeling here. I just feel like you're not tapping into your own awareness. Okay. Because your own awareness, it's like separating you from these issues around cold parenting or dysfunctional parenting, or just, and having like, being confused by what other people are telling you. And you don't have a real core of yourself. You need a stronger core of yourself so that you can know that this is for me and this is not for me. So this grace and gratitude and grounding, the ancestors are saying it's time to really focus on that. It's time to focus on planting yourself as a tree, or seeing yourself as not rigid, but someone who is grounded and centered, someone who can make choices based on their own needs and happiness, instead of anybody who comes along, that must be the right person because they're showing up. And if I'm manifesting from a place of negativity, then I'm definitely getting the what I don't want versus what I do want. Because I think you actively have to say what you do want. Miracles will occur. And without any sense of guile, sometimes it's hard to manifest when you were told as a child that you were selfish, because it feels selfish to manifest what you want. It can feel a little bit yucky. Like, oh no, how dare you kind of have this laundry list of things that you want, and someone who's like so spectacular, like, oh, do I really deserve that? I'm so selfish. Like all of these things back up on you. And it's really time to learn about this, whatever's backing up on you, and that's blocking your ability to be happy in this life. You have a choice, lovers. You have a choice that you can decide what's joyful, happy, good for you, what is something that would make you happy, and it's okay. You don't have to justify that to anybody. All right? You don't have to justify that to anybody. The Nine of Swords is about worry that I'm, what if I'm not going to get the right person? There's I'm feeling this grinding worry. So you kind of like hedge your bets. You're kind of too general when you're manifesting. You got to be more specific. I think that's the message here. Ancestors are like, hey, dude, you're not being specific enough. So please tell us exactly what you want and we will deliver. We will deliver. All right. So I'm going to keep going with this reading. I see Aries, Cancer, lots of Cancer here. I see you, Leo. I see Gemini, more Gemini. I see Virgo and I see Aquarius. So maybe I'll take a look at those. I don't do it in every single reading, but if I say it, I'll do it. Okay. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.